record, so I will also record. So sorry that I didn't get that done. Um, I am, but my first exposure was when I was going through a separation and divorce in 2010, 2011. I started to be more intentional and mindful of what I was putting out there in the world and what I wanted to bring into my life in terms of love and joy. And I haven't looked back. So I am just grateful for all of you joining us on this call today. Thank you for being here.
I'll go next. I'm Tia Lynn. I am a women's business coach, and what I do is I help women take confident action when they're feeling stuck and really grow with clarity on what their next best step should be and get results without burning out. I used to be a workaholic, and so been down that path, done that. It does not look good on anybody to be burnt out all the time. And so that's my passion, that's my heart with what I do. And so vision boards I really love because they really helped me shape my enjoyment of life. And so my vision boards are always geared towards travel and towards hobbies. And so being a recovering workaholic, I guess you could say, I used to not have like hobbies. And so it took me a while to find things that I just truly love doing for me. And so vision boards really helped to bring that to life. And so mine is all about fun on my vision boards, and I love it.
That's awesome. I'll go next. Hi, I'm Tabitha Martin. I'm a former speech and language pathologist, and now I work as a public speaking confidence coach. I'm fiercely committed to helping business babes like you stop hiding in the background and use your voice boldly to just grow your visibility, your business, and form deeper friendships. I've been hosting vision board parties for a couple years now, just because I absolutely love getting babes like you guys together who are committed to do the inner work just to become healthier versions of ourselves and to support each other to win in life. I also love the psychology behind it and science. When our goals are visible, I always put my vision board up like in my office because that's where I work, and we focus on them regularly. And our brain actually will scan for opportunities to help us achieve them. So it sharpens our decision making and it keeps us aligned with what truly matters.
Thank you, Tabitha. Can you all hear me? Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay. I am Anna Cortez Holbert, and I love working with high achieving women that tie their self worth to their achievements. And I think, Tealyn, some of what you said, I can really relate to that being that workaholic, overdoing it, really not celebrating the present and the wins now. And that's what I love about working with my clients. And even though I work with high achieving women, I also have couples on my roster and I have adolescents because I taught for 29 years. So um, love making a difference. And one of the things I want to say real quickly, I've never done a vision board, and I hope now. I was kind of overthinking it for a bit, and I'm just letting it go, and I'm going to build what I believe and want. So I like printed pictures of my clients. I want to invite more clients, like my nurse practitioner, Carrie, my former student, Renee from Apollo. Um, I want those type of things. I did a picture of my family. My family is front and center. So how would you like to do yours? And this isn't about any right or wrong. Like I cut, yes, I cut. Start your year strong, a path forward. So I want this to be an awesome journey for you today. This isn't about right and wrong. It's about listening to your gut. What do you want? And you can always take something off and add something. I hope we have a blast today.
Thanks, Anna. Thank you all for introducing yourselves. So we forgot that we have a Canva for you, for our visual learners. So I am going to share it really fast. Hopefully you guys can all see that. Let me make sure I have the chat up. Okay. So you might be thinking, how are we doing this virtually? So we are going to use our phones, our computers, whatever you have on you. You can use the screen that you're using now. So let's just go through this real fast because we are, okay. So examples and inspiration. I don't know how to make it bigger. There we
If
go.
you hit start presentation in the top right hand. Oh, there it goes. Okay, got it.
Work. Okay. So, and I'm actually going to have to reduce it so I can show a couple of examples, but we are going to use Canva and Pinterest, and we'll show you how to do that if you've never used those before. A lot of people are familiar with Canva, but if you're not, that's okay. So we'll use the virtual. I found that I like virtual. I always do a physical and a virtual because I just like repetition and I like to see it wherever I am. So a lot of times I will do both. Um, so if you're, these are where you can post them are like your phone background. You can print it out and put it on your bathroom mirror, in your journal. You can use it as a computer background. I do it as an alarm throughout the day where I just say, you're doing amazing. And like the alarm goes off and there's my vision board. And it's like a good reminder that you can always look back to because repetition really helps settle in those goals. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm just all over the place. Sorry, I was cleansing. So my brain is a little mush right now. So you want to be able to post them in different places where you're going to see them throughout the day, where that it's going to be a good reminder, and then revisit it and don't just make it white noise. You want to make sure to really look at it and really think about those goals because like Tabitha was saying, it's psychologically, it's something that will ingrain in your mind and it'll help you subconsciously achieve those goals, even though you're not actively working towards them. But when you're looking at them, you're more likely to want to go towards them. So, let's see. Sorry, guys. I am new to doing presentations. So
Everyone can feel free to share in the chat if they already have an idea of where they would like to put their vision board. So for me, I like to make a virtual and an in-person one. And my virtual one, I put it on my phone background and my computer background. And then my physical one, I'll usually put in my office or my bedroom. So if you're kind of thinking of ideas, you feel free to share them in the chat. Or if you want some support of like maybe you have a few places you're thinking of putting them and would like some help, we can definitely help you in the chat.
okay, so we're gonna. I don't remember who was going to do the pre-work. If you guys want to help me out with that a little bit,
Tabitha.
okay. Just let me know when you need to change the slide, or we should.
Hi there. Yeah, so there, like we keep mentioning, there's no right or wrong way to do a vision board. Just have fun with it. But personally, what I like to do when I get started is we break it down into categories. Just of as you see, Christina has that fitness, health, business, relationships, mindset. It could be money, travel, fun activities, um, giving, hobbies. I put joy and fun for mine. To remind myself to plan for that, because sometimes we could just get really busy with just focusing on business and our family. So just have fun with it. And I believe we have a digital form where you can kind of do that. I just take a piece of paper and I just put the categories and list some goals, and then I look at like pictures that strike and I put it on my board.
Anna, thanks for showing your examples at the beginning. I think at this point, I just want to note that all of you received a really extensive guidebook or workbook from us where we gave you a lot of these ideas for you to reference for your own sort of evaluation of last year, and then any sort of like new things that are coming to mind and feel like they're priorities for you in your vision this year specifically. That's why I think you can make vision boards any time of year, not just at the first of the year. And so So I'm very grateful for all of those resources. I also want to make sure I say out loud that that wasn't intended to be made like you to go through and have to finish before you start your vision board. A 30-page anything is less important than you actually just starting to find images and find screens or find pictures and words and that want to evoke the emotion and the feeling of encouragement and motivation for yourself in your goal setting. So there are lots of different ways to organize them. And I think, Anna, you're going to show us a couple of those through Canva. Is that what's
Yes. So I have pre-made some templates just to make it easier for everyone. So you guys are not spending time on like what the actual vision board looks like. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. And what you want to do, let me just drop the link first, is you can click on any of these Canva links. You don't need to pay for Canva. You can use Canva for free. The only thing is like certain pictures, it'll use a watermark and it's barely noticeable, the watermark on there. So if you have the free version, you still have access to be able to do the whole vision board and everything. So when you click on one of the links, what you want to do is you want to click view template, not edit template. And then when you click view template, you're going to hit open in editor. And then it gives you basically a blank template. Let me share my screen to give you an example.
How many people love this step by step? Is this so great? Yes, yes, exactly. I was just thinking, Anna, you're doing such a good job showing us each piece.
Okay, let me see the screen share. Perfect. Okay, can everybody see my screen of all these links?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to click on one right here. And then I'm going to hit view template right here. And then open in editor. And then you can see it's a pre-made board. And so now all you have to do is go to elements and you can search here. So for example, I can type in health and like there's like a picture here I might want to use, and then I can take it and kind of drop it in to one of these preset photo areas.
Show us that. Be that clear.
Yep.
Because
Did it not show me drop it in? Should I do it again?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, let me show another one. So let's see if I search exercise. And then let's say I like this photo right here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to drop it right in the spot where I want the photo. I'll do one more.
We will see it kind of capture within the box or
Yes.
where those cloud photos are. Those are fillable spots that you can add your photos into.
So right here, it'll show the photos and I just grab it and I drag it and then I just drop it in where I want. And if I want to move it, I can double click on it. Is it gonna let me? And I can move it around if you want to reposition or anything like that. You can click on the actual photo and then hit delete, and now it's empty, and then you can replace it with something else. I put these little spots here where it says like quote here. So if there's like a special quote, you can write it in. You can just add text and write it, or you can do in the search and kind of search for some options that kind of feel inspiring and motivation. I also thought it'd be fun if you already have a word of the year, feel free to share it in the chat with us, or you can come up with a word of the year for yourself and add that onto your vision board as well. So it can kind of keep reminding you of, what you're working for, what's important to you this year. I will share my word of the year is intentional. And so I plan to try to add that into my board and try to, incorporate that throughout the vision board as well. Does anyone have any tech questions with Canva?
Can you show them if they want to upload like photos that they have on their computer, like of their own personal ones, how they can do that real quick too? Because I know I do that a lot.
Absolutely. Okay, let me share one more time. So you would go here to uploads, and then you can see I already have some. And you just hit upload files, and then it'll let you kind of look through what you have, and you can add those in, and then you just drag and drop the same way. So here's a picture of me with my kids, and I can just drag it and drop it right there.
Can you share that again? I have one other tip. So for those
Sure.
of you who are using it, so I've done them sideways and then printed them the way she Anna was showing us just now, and sort of the template is set up. But you can also, if you do have a pro account, you can resize it to fit your phone screen. So I'm not advocating for you to get a pro account just for this, because you can obviously take the smaller version and like put it in another free app like Pic Collage or something and make it up and down. But that way, then you can have it formatted for a device like your iPad or your phone. But that's just a extra bonus on top of that. I want to share my screen for a second, Teal, and I also want to give you a chance to get some ideas in here. And then we're going to give you some work time with some music without us kind of interrupting you. And girls, I don't think I told you this, that I was going to do this, but I'm going to show I did this in this particular board. I started in Pinterest. So this is the other thing, if you're a Pinterest user, which I'm not very often, I created a board called Brazen. So that was a word of the year I had a few years ago based on a book I read. And the book was intended to elicit a photo, like a color scheme, so to speak. And so I went through, but what I wanted to show you in Pinterest before I get to that is when you start a board in Pinterest, it will also give you more ideas. So this may be kind of like you flipping through a magazine. The digital way would be for you. Well, there's some bad words in this, but the digital way you could do this is to like maybe pick some of these photos. You could even download them, save them, and then upload them into your Canva if you want to do it that way. But I'll just go here and just show you my Brazen board. I was searching for quotes. I was searching for colors, these golds and pinks and oranges. And so I started to make my board based on just what brazen, the color brazen looks like to me, if brazen were a color. So I want to just give you permission, because I shared this with a client yesterday, that this also doesn't have to be physical goal related. This can be a way that you want to elicit how you feel when you are in your body, mind, and spirit, right? So it can be about what you're taking in and putting out in the world in terms of your values and your priorities. And so just keep that in mind, that it doesn't have to be directly related to a promotion at work or more money or, what it can be. There's room for creativity in this as well.
I just want to add, Angela, just like you shared the Pinterest board, which I love, sometimes I forget to go back to Pinterest. And so if you have a board that you've created in Pinterest and you prefer to use Pinterest, you can just screenshot the board you create and then use that as your phone background or your computer background to have a place that you keep coming back to see that and remember.
How many people already use Pinterest? Do we have some Pinterest users on here? Okay.
This actually allows you to create a collage itself in the website and the app. So if you wanted to, you could even create a collage in there as well. And you can change the background however you want and search for pictures and make it pretty however you want there as well, and not just in Canva. So
cool. All right, I'm going to set some music for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Unless any of the coaches want to get another tip or anything in. We want to give you, do you feel like you have enough information? Feel like you have enough information that you could work on something while we're giving you some time to do that? Okay, so we'll be quiet. You can ask questions in the chat and we'll respond there. But I found some music. I need to change that because I have to select that I'm playing music. Thank you, Zoom. Okay. So I'll play a little music in the background. We'll check the chat.
Okay, we are going to give you guys about 5 more minutes to work on your vision boards, and then we can come back and share some of the boards in the chat after. And of course, if you have any questions, if you feel stuck anywhere, if you feel any resistance or anything, please feel free to share it with us. We would love to support you.
Okay, we're at 10:45. However far you've gotten today is a good start. We would love to see it in action. If you feel vulnerable or worried about judgment, I hope you can put those aside. This is a pop-up support community. Tell us, you can share with us a couple of the things or something that you realized maybe that you hadn't before. In your design process, we have a few minutes to kind of open sharing. Just be mindful if there are others that want to get in line. Does anyone want to go first? Who would like to go first? Thank you, Kelly.
Anna will volunteer me anyway, so here I am. This is my vision board so far. I used Canva and yeah, I had a few things that I started with on the business side, but then just lumped a few personal things together. But I still am considering just a few like little tidbits that didn't necessarily fit in a category just yet. That picture in the middle I took last week when we were out with our family for New Year's, and I just thought, okay, there it is. That's not necessarily the year word for the year, but that's kind of my vibe for the year. So far, this is what I've got. Thanks for letting me share.
I think vibe for the year is also acceptable. Does anybody else relate to a vibe over a word for sure? Heck yes, that's awesome. Thank you, Kelly, for sharing. Anyone else, just for accountability, want to show us what they started? Jocelyn.
Sure. So I kind of did things the old-fashioned way on paper. And
Good.
so this is what I got so far.
Awesome.
Yep. And I both have a word of the year, which is artist, but I also have a belief this year that I really want to work on embodying for myself. And that belief is that I belong.
Yes.
Yay.
That's
Love
awesome.
it. Love it.
Celebrating you, celebrating that breakthrough. Nan, I know you said in the chat that you were still gathering pictures. What kind of themes are coming through as you're gathering? I'm just gonna put you on the spot.
So right now, I'm really focused on the word energy. The last couple of years, it's been things like hope and acceptance and things like that. But this year, it's energy. I really feel like I want to put some energy, so I've been searching for images around that.
So, was there any particular image that was like, oh,
Yeah, there's this atom, like a picture of an atom, that outline, and it's all gold and glowing. And I was like, wow, that's it. That's what I need. So, yeah.
cool, cool,
And,
cool.
and Nan, just real quick, what would energy create for you? What would the universe give you if energy wasn't?
Well, I feel like if I'm putting out my own energy, I'm getting it back, from not just from the universe, but like from other people. That's what I want to feel from other people in my life. It's, there's a lot of complacency and a lot of, just lack of energy, for lack of a better word, of the people that I'm working with and dealing with. And so I want to feeling like if I put that out, I'll get it back.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Or should we start asking? Anybody else want to share
Is this a
something?
new experience or a review experience for some of you? That's okay to speak to too, if you don't want to share your personal. Sharon, you look like you're almost on the brink of saying something. Our farthest guest today, who's in
Oh, Larry.
Nigeria.
The cat and I are here.
Yay.
Um, so it's a familiar process, but I don't know that I've actually done it. So this is very exciting. And I've been just kind of brainstorming in writing using lots of colorful markers and pens. But the word that's kind of on my brain right now is change. I'm anticipating or sensing a change in this year. And so trying to think through what that could mean, and even more so, what do I want that to look like? So I think that's the direction that I'm going, but I'm a slow processor, you guys, so bear with me.
Somebody said, I shared this earlier, but I feel like it goes in this context. I was buying poster board for tomorrow night's event, for creating physical vision boards. And the lady at Dollar Tree said to the girl, she doesn't qualify as a lady. She was probably in her 20s. She said, oh, I wanted to make one, but today's already the 6th. And I was like, it's only the 6th. Like, let's just shift our energy around that word. It's only January 6th. And, just gave her an invitation, of course. And then also just said, you can do this in July. You can do it in March if you want. I think that the slow processing, Sharon, isn't something. I mean, it's also slow processing, and also then pulling out things and letting that creative space, as kind of come in full circle.
Absolutely.
So cool. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks
Yes.
for organizing this.
Yeah. I know amazing people. This is just testament to, bringing together amazing. I love that. Anyone else want to share screen or just talk about what this process has been like for them?
Or any support guidance you need. And it's not going to be it doesn't have to be one of us coaches, but if it's something you're thinking about, something that is just weighing on you, or a celebration in this whole thing, even Nan talking about that energy, or Jocelyn's word.
Kim, I love that you wrote in the chat that you just retired. And so you're choosing the word simplicity. Congratulations on retirement.
Yes.
Thank you.
And yes,
I
tell us
will.
more about that.
So I just retired in October, and there's obviously a lot of change around that. I actually was kind of invited through Sharon because Dana Cassell invited me, and we're mutual friends. So good to see you, Sharon, even all the way from South Africa. Yeah, I currently live in Northern Virginia, and I'm planning to move. So that's another big thing that I'm trying to figure out. But I've been working through the workbook that you sent, and I will continue to work on the Canva. That has a lot of exciting opportunities there. I just haven't done a lot with it yet. But one of the quotes that I put on there is, I'm looking for a lot of personal growth because now I don't have to deal with all the work stuff. And I just think that's going to be pretty exciting. I was talking to a friend, and she's like, yeah, you can pretty much do anything. I'm single, I don't have kids, and so I pretty much can. That's a little scary because I have so many opportunities, but it's exciting too. So, thanks for all the help here.
I love this. Thank you so much, Kim. And
Oh,
Nicole,
we're so excited.
I was just going to finish in the chat. Kim, Nicole wrote her thoughts are focused around, and her vision is focused around dream small. The phrase from a Josh Wilson song. So just lifting that out as well. Christina, I'm going to have you close us out, or somebody who with the presentation. And then if
I
you
can
want
do
to
it.
stay on, we're not going to have a hard stop at 11. If you have to go, you can go. It's 11 in Arizona, just so everybody knows. That's why I said that time. We're going to have a hard stop at the 1 hour. We'll turn off the recording at that point, and then just have some open time as well. So we've been so grateful that you're here. All right, Miss Christina.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. So we did have other slides that we didn't get a chance to showcase, but if you are still working on it, just looking at pictures, thinking about what you really want for each of those other categories, if you didn't get a chance to put those in there, just think about the things that you want to represent and something that's going to motivate you to finish the vision board, and so that you have it and somewhere you can put it. So it's finished, you have it, it's done, you can post it, you can display it everywhere so that you can remind yourself of your different goals. For me, these are my personal goals of like going to Germany and running in Disneyland and having a nice decorated house, brunch with friends, things like that. So if you're local, Ange mentioned that we're meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. in North Peoria. So we'd love to see you guys there. If you are local, if you can make it, that'd be great. If not, I'm so glad you guys are here and so glad you can make it to this call. And if you want to keep in touch with us, here are our Instagram handles. If you want to take a screenshot or take a picture of it, if anybody resonated with you, feel free to follow us. Or if you have any other questions regarding vision boards, feel free to message us. We are open, we are available, so we can help you guys with whatever you need. And with that, I want to be respectful of your time, so I don't want to like go too far over, but if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free, like I said, to let us know and reach out to us. And we just want to thank you guys for being here. And if you want to stay on to keep working or, hang out, we are here too.